anything about me really. I'm gonna just put it like this. I was just like y'all. I graduated high school in 2013. I didn't really know what my options were. My parents never really told me what I could and couldn't do, but I knew that I wanted to run track. As a senior, I ran a 1097, 2207. Nothing really special, but my coaches didn't take time to actually groom and nurture me as an athlete. I got to Columbus State, my very first practice, I got kicked off my team. That's crazy, ain't it? The very first practice, I got kicked off. I had an asthma attack because the workout, it really wasn't, I guess I wasn't ready for it. The next day, my head coach called me, said a couple things that I held on to, but it did not deter me. Many of you, I'm sure that all of your coaches have told you to believe in the process or trust in the process, and that's something true. I got kicked off around December when I decided to actually go back and try to run track. I got a call from the assistant coach. He wanted me to come back, and the rest is history. I was the first male track and field All-American at Columbus State. I placed 6th overall in all the athletes in the nation. I placed 6th overall. Think about that, 6th. After being kicked off my freshman year. I got the school record in the 100 with a 1045. I got the school record in the 200 with a 2128. I shared the 4x2 record and the 4x1 record with a 40.07. So trust in the process and believe in what you can do. Many of you do not know what the options are. Many of you don't trust in your abilities. When I got kicked off, I could have just said forget it and just worry about other things, but I knew I had a lot more. And now I'm the assistant track and field coach at that same institution. Based on, thank you. The biggest thing about college is that you have a lot of resources. You get to grow up, you get to experience things that you can't experience in high school or just going to work. When I was in college, I had to learn how to manage my time better. I had to balance out practice, I had to balance out a job, I had to practice out competitions, tests, all this stuff. That it is very vital in today's world to balance out your schedule and know how to actually operate, because time happens quick. If any of you are going to college for track and field, time happens quick. At Columbus State, we have practice at 7 to about 9. Most of my athletes have classes right after that, possibly at 9 or 9:30. Then they have classes scattered all throughout that day, and they have to go to bed before about 9 or 10 to wake up at 5. As a coach and an adjunct, I'm up at 5 every day. I go to bed around 10 every day. And I do this for my athletes. I do this for my students. So please take school serious. Please take track and field serious. This is not just a one-time thing. It's so many great athletes here. As a coach, I check on all of your results. I may not talk to you, but I check on all of them. And I know a lot of y'all are actually great, but many of you do not want to go to college, or you feel like you're not talented enough. Everybody here is talented enough, you just have to believe. As a coach, I had to learn that not everything is about time. A lot of you base your success on a time or certain distance that you do. That's not the case. You have to be attentive. You have to trust your coaches. You have to trust in the process. Because once you graduate and you leave, I don't want anybody to regret, maybe I should have went to college, or maybe I should have took college track a little bit more serious. It's plenty of coaches here today that might think about what they could have done back in high school, or what they could have done back in middle school, or what they could have done back in college. Please take this and be serious. We have state, it's on Friday, right? Thursday, we have state Thursday. Everybody, please give your all. This might be the last time some of you actually compete, so give your all. Many of you might be going to college after this. Reach out to your coaches and get serious, because in the real world, nobody is there to hold your hand. In college, coaches are there, but they're not there to really hold your hand. We do try to guide you. Your high school coaches do a great job at guiding you and trying to get you to do the right things, but Once you actually go off to college, you're away from mom and dad, and you have to start working, you have to start practicing, balance out all your schedules. Stuff gets real, and in the real world, you can't balance it all the time. You can't run away from responsibility. So everybody, please, 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 do what many people want to do. Chase your dreams. Actually believe that you can go to college. Understand that you're smart enough, you're fast enough, you are good enough, and yeah, that's all I gotta say, y'all. Thank y'all.